The hype is starting to build, guys, around a title that people are hoping comes out sooner rather than later, and that being Fallout 5. Obviously, guys, people have a very mixed reaction when we talk about Fallout 76, and look, at the end of the day, guys, I personally did not like Fallout 76. I liked what they were trying to do, kind of creating like a multiplayer element to this franchise, more so like almost like a Fallout Online. And we look at other games that Bethesda, has helmed, that being like Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls Online is something that's getting updates on a consistent basis, and I think that's what they wanted Fallout 76 to be. But at the end of the day, it just didn't land well with everyone, and there were so many controversies around this game. So now people are starting to look at, what's the future of this franchise? What's the future of Fallout, guys? And I think that, as we talk about Fallout 5, a true continuation of this franchise, I think there's things that we can take and leave with Fallout 76 moving into Fallout 5. So in this last segment of the show, I want to talk about everything that we want out of Fallout 5. So let's get into it. Guys, obviously, I want to hear your thoughts on what you guys want to see in Fallout 5 as well, right? This is going to be one man's thoughts. Some of you may agree, some of you may disagree. Let me know what you guys want to see in the comment section down below. So, coming in at number one for me, guys, I want to see a true continuation, a true, a full-blown campaign, of course, a true follow-up here to Fallout 4. And I want to see that, that continuation. I think some of the big things that we're obviously going to want in that, follow-up to Fallout 4 is obviously you want to have differences, but you also want to have similarities. You want it to still feel like Fallout. You still want it to still have that DNA that makes Fallout. And so that being, guys, you're going to want to see similar characters, but you're also going to want to see some new characters. We're going to want to see new locations. We're going to like seeing maybe some existing locations or places that look somewhat similar to other Fallout games. We're going to want to see different enemies as well, which is a big part, to me as well, is seeing new enemies, seeing the evolution of enemies, as well as seeing some existing ones from, previous installments in the franchise. So I think seeing new locations, new enemies, new characters, but also having existing characters, existing enemies, existing locations is also a good idea as well. I think that a direct follow-up to Fallout 4 would be a great idea, guys, as far as the story is concerned. Who knows where they want to go? I kind of partially want them to kind of surprise me personally as far as with Fallout 5, because I think, I want Bethesda to kind of have, whatever their vision is for this franchise, I want them to do what it is that they want. I want them to surprise me, whether that being, a completely new story, if that's what it's going to be, or, a completely new side story, or if it's going to be something that's set years before, years after Fallout 4, whatever it is, guys, I want them to surprise me at the end of the day. And the other thing for me, guys, is when I said earlier that I would like to see some of the things that they can take from Fallout 76, one of those being the multiplayer side of things. I think that there's nothing wrong with having multiplayer built into a game like this, right? It justifies more so than just having one, game mode or another. Like, I'll give you an example. Fallout 76 being primarily a multiplayer experience, right? I don't think that justifies us paying the $60 price tag for the game. I feel that if it was a multiplayer experience as well as a story experience as well as a co-op experience and it's all these different things built in, then that justifies a $60 price tag. But when you're just one game mode, it just doesn't justify it for me. And the same on the flip side of this could be something like Fallout 4 is just a campaign essentially. So what I'm getting at here, guys, is I want a full package deal out of Fallout 5. I want there to be multiplayer modes, co-op modes, a single player story if I want to, a co-op campaign if I want to do it that way. Multiple ways you can connect with the franchise, I think, is going to be really important moving into Fallout 5. Now, obviously, guys, updated graphics are going to be something that we're, going to become accustomed to with the next-gen consoles, and I think that Fallout 5 is going to do a really good job at really creating, new elements and kind of evolving with the times as the, the next generation of consoles comes out, and I'm really excited about that as well. I think that having you know, the new graphics and such could really create a breathtaking environment for us to explore. And that gets me to the next thing, which is having that full open world, guys, once again, like we had, of course, in Fallout 4, having that, you know, I mean, that grand landscape, being able to explore as much as you possibly want, having the customizable options, guys, throughout the world and such, I think is going to be really important. I liked many of those things, being able to just explore for hours upon hours on end, guys, I thought was really an interesting ordeal. And just, you know, it gives you so much to do. I'd like to see an evolution of more side missions. I'd like to see an evolution of, you know, the fast travel and such if you decide to do it that way. Whatever it is, guys, whether you do fast travel or you decide to go ahead and just explore things on your own, I want there, if you decide to just do things on your own and not do the fast travel, I want there to be a lot of things that you can do along your journey throughout the course of the game. I think that would be really special as well. And when I was talking about customization, guys, that also leads into co-op and multiplayer. Being able to customize your character, customize weaponry, customize all of those different things, guys, whether you're talking from a multiplayer perspective, co-op perspective, or if you're just playing on your own, having ways you can customize your character, I think would be absolutely awesome. Moving, you know, into this game, you know, all the different things, guys, that they could do, all the different directions that they could go with Fallout 5. I just want there to be emphasis on certain things. I want there to be more emphasis on earnable items and customization items than that of being like microtransactions and things of that nature. I really think, guys, especially if this is going to be a pay-to-play experience, I want there to be more earnable items. I think way too many games nowadays focus more on microtransactions than earnable items from just putting a bunch of time into the game. When you're looking at the leaderboard or you're in an in-game lobby and you see everyone else in there, there's something about seeing the you know, the items or the, you know, emblems and the titles and such that people have, like the ranks that they are in multiplayer, and you see where they're at and you get to see like how far and how much time they've put into the game and such. There's something about that, and then you get to, you know, witness like the, you know, customization items and the, you know, earnable items, you know, outside of the microtransactions. I don't really have a huge issue with microtransactions. I just think they shouldn't be deceptive to the consumer. And the other part of that is that I don't think that should take away from the earnable items, because a lot of times, guys, the earnable items, a lot of times, in my opinion, are way cooler than of the microtransactions, and it shows that you've put time into the game. So that would pretty much round out everything that I want, guys, out of Fallout 5. I mean, I'm sure there's other things, guys. You know, we could bring up free-to-play. Could they do a free-to-play, you know, or segments of Fallout 5 that are free to play? We could do that. I just don't think Bethesda is going to go in that direction with this title, making it a free to play game. If they did anything like that, maybe the multiplayer would be free to play or have free to play weekends or something along those lines. I don't think that the full package, though, would be free to play, but that's a discussion for another day. Let me know, guys, what are the things that you want out of Fallout 5? Are they similar to what I'm saying? Are they different? Let me know in the comment section below. And for more Fallout 5 content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.